We're live.
I have so much in my mouth.
I
try not to chew into the mic.
That's fine.
It's a Bear Bells, which should be a sponsor considering how much free YOLA they get.
Seriously. Delicious.
And nutritious, actually.
Yeah, true.
The program's called The Tim McKernan Show. Yes. My name's Tim McKernan. That's Jackson Burkett. The program will go live on you. Look, people are waiting for us. MD 2020. Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, that's right.
Yeah. QFTA questions from the audience, Tim McKernan Show podcast. You can always email them in. Anything. It doesn't have to be... It can be anything. It doesn't matter. Anything.
It can really be an erotic story if we can get one.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And Tim McKernan at InsideSTL.com, TMCKERNAN at InsideSTL.com. I'll talk politics. I mean, I'm not asking to, but I'm saying I'll talk anything.
Right.
Tim McKernan at InsideSTL.com, sports, entertainment, TMA history, TMA questions. But yes, erotic stories would be...
great.
Erotic stories would be wonderful. The program is presented by James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, and online at carltoninsurance.net. The man's been my insurance agent now for 6 years, and I highly recommend him to our audience. It's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. Then you got Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Jackson, what's your slogan for Mark Hanna? I can't recall.
How much do I like Mark Hanna?
Mm-hmm.
I work with him.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you.
And Mark Hanna's online at evergreenstl.com or no, it's evergreen-ws.com. Evergreen-ws.com. This is what happens when you're trying to do a commercial while searching for cute boys on the Twitter tweets.
A tale as old as time.
314-889-0503. And then you also have the great Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling. He's online at designairservice.com, and he's going to come by and tune up my furnace. Did you see the cute boy?
I'm looking at it right now. He looks, well, I'm not going to say.
Oh, do I have an underage situation?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, do you think he might be whacking his weeds?
Something's going on. The GIF cuts off at the breast area of this gentleman, and I have to think something's going on south of the breast.
Can you imagine if what ends TMA is one of my stupid-ass GIFs?
I'd honestly be just
It would be
right.
kind of fitting.
Yeah.
Well, he left to go do Sound Story. What happened? He tweeted out a GIF of a gentleman masturbating.
Right. 21 years of filth, but that will get us.
That's what snagged us. All right, send things in. We got things, and we got the YouTube chat where people are welcome to ask whatever they want to ask. It's all fun and games here on the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Papers, I was out of town.
Yeah.
Let me catch up with you. What's going on? Let's find out what's going on with you. You went on a pub crawl of some kind on Saturday.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? I need to know. I'm going to enjoy my
It was a
bear
Soulard kind of bar crawl. I kind of just hopped in on some friends who were doing this.
Oh, Herb.
No, Private Citizen Pete, though. And so I was just kind of along for the ride. It was a Soulard bar crawl. So it was Dee's place. Wonderful spot.
It was a Producer Joe haunt back in the day. He used to live there.
Right. Big Daddy's, which had a great patio to watch some of the ball games. Molly's was the final stop.
Yeah.
And then we watched, there was 3 televisions. I had the Georgia-Alabama game, I had the Penn State-Oregon game, and the Mizzou-UMass game, all at the same time. We were at Ray's in Soulard, which is the new Mizzou bar. That was at previously Llewellyn's used to have that space, and now Ray's has it. Really, perfect. Couldn't have asked for much more. So it was great. It was a great Saturday.
And you had a 4-game parlay, and you didn't lose a bet?
Didn't lose a bet.
Look at this fucking guy. How many bets, eh?
I think on the day, so if you count the parlay as 1, then 3 total bets, but heavy action. I really loved Utah State to cover that number. Hit that.
Backdoor. We both hit that backdoor.
Backdoor, but they were deserving too. Like it was a backdoor, but they were.
I loved that play.
Yeah, Utah State plays hard, and Vanderbilt wants to put up a lot of numbers, but they don't really care if you get it up to 20. So I was like, all right, they can cover that. And I think I even bought a half point there, but needed a touchdown, not a field goal too at that end play. The field goal was no good. And then I hit the 4-team money line parlay with Illinois to start, which was a ballsy play because if that doesn't hit, then it's all dead. And they were plus money.
Strong.
But, yeah, we had Illinois money line, Ole Miss money line, Tennessee money line, which is a sweat and a half.
Yeah, I was actually watching that live.
Same. That was a sweat.
I was so irritated because Missouri's playing Mississippi State. They don't play Tennessee.
No.
I know you don't like tenor as it is.
No, I don't. And it was crazy. I was rooting for Tennessee, but I had to do it.
Hey, it's business.
Yeah, and I loved it. I liked that. Just money line. And then Oregon money line, which is, again, that one would have been really frustrating to lose because I thought they dominated that game. I thought they really dominated that game, and Drew Hauer looked bad. So glad justice was served. And then, like, the Bama game and the Oregon game ended like pretty much the exact same time. Like, Bama slid down to ice it, and then 2 minutes later.
I was watching it at a bar in Las Vegas. That reminds me. So my wife and I go out. This is my birthday now, Saturday. And honestly, the mindset, candidly, is Sappho's is not happening.
Right.
I hate to let go of the kayfabe.
Right.
But I know it's not happening.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just not happening. So we're about to go to a steakhouse, Delmonico. It's like kind of where the Venetian and Palazzo connect.
Huh?
And it's an 8 o'clock reservation, so 10 o'clock St. Louis time. My clock's all screwed up. All I have done, minus go down to the pool to get chicken tenders and fries and have lunch with her, is sit in the room and watch Ryder Cup and college football.
So much on.
And she's just like, is this really what you want to do? I said, you have no idea how happy I am. Like, Friday was the first day we were there. And I got up. She goes, okay, I'm going to go to the pool. I go wherever. It doesn't matter. If you want to sit here and watch Ryder Cup, I know she doesn't, but if you want to sit here and watch. And I sat there and I watched the Ryder Cup, which was terrible from an American perspective.
Yeah.
And then I got on the phone with one of my buddies who, is a gambler, and we're setting up some golf for this coming weekend, and a couple other guys. And they were going, how's Vegas? You guys getting after it? I go, I got to be honest with you. I haven't left the room. And I knew it was going to be good, but somehow it's been better than I thought. I usually don't get room service.
Right.
But I'm gonna get a salad, delicious, and the salad's so good. And I don't have anything to do, and nobody can get to me.
Yeah.
And it was incredible, but it was nothing but my wife, who has an opposite personality. Some would call it extroverted. Others would call it likable.
Sure.
She's like, are you sure this is what you want? I said, I can't tell you how happy I am.
Yeah.
So same deal on Saturday. Since the Ryder Cup kind of sucked, part of me was like, maybe I'll go down there and we'll just drink all day, and I'll still bet on college football, and I'll get a cabana. For those who listen to TMA, this is repetitive. I've had a couple of people already reach out and go, were you bullshitting about the price? No, I wasn't. So while I'm sitting there having my delicious chicken tenders and fries, the little maitre d' stand for the cabanas, this is at the Palazzo Hotel in Las Vegas, was right there, and my wife goes, I'll see how much it costs. She goes back, she goes, it's $2,000. I go, well, I'm going to pass on that then. It was $1,500, plus you have to spend $500 in food and drink.
That's crazy.
And then the lady comes by, she goes, oh, we just sold our last one, so we don't have any. I'm like, oh, well, otherwise.
Oh, yeah, shit, we were gonna have that locked
I'm sitting here at 49 eating chicken tenders and fries. What about this scene makes you think I'm going to drop $2,000?
Was it a lot of 2 people in cabanas, or is it bigger groups?
I can't tell you, because that was as close to the outdoors as I got the entire time, minus Ubers and cabs to go to some, I think we went to restaurants off property. By the way, another aside here, and I know plenty of people go to Las Vegas, and plenty are just like, fucking cares, whatever. It's my podcast. Don't listen. I don't give a fuck. Is that the Joe Pesci?
Little Pesci. Yeah, the Joe Pesci pod. He just tells people to fuck off for 2 hours. I'd listen. Subscriber number 1 right here, Joe.
Hard Rock Hotel. I assume, well, you'd never been to Las Vegas until you went to Circa.
Right.
Which I went to and met with their ad buyer on Sunday morning at like 8:30 with Bears fans just sitting there pounding booze.
Yeah, sweating it.
The Hard Rock Hotel, which you probably would know from Entourage. That's how you would know it.
Yes.
It used to be the pony of all ponies. Perhaps in the United States at its zenith.
Really?
Truly, no bullshit. I mean, no bullshit. And so there used to only be one Nobu in Las Vegas, and it was the Hard Rock. Then Caesars added one. Now, apparently, Paris, which I've never been to. I think that might be where the World Series of Poker is now, but I haven't been to Paris. I mean, it's obviously the one with the Eiffel Tower, and there's like a hot air balloon, but I've never been to it. And the one at Caesars Palace, it's Thursday night. I should know better by now, because Pacific time, you and me get up at 4:30 to 5, 4:30, or no, excuse me, 2:30 to 3 Pacific time.
Right.
So it's like, we only have 4 nights. I'll get after it, whatever. And it's just not, you just can't do it.
No,
so it's, we're having dinner at 8 o'clock Las Vegas time, 10 o'clock, which means I'm approaching being up 24 hours. And my wife's like, there isn't a single table available at the Caesars one, but we can get in at 6:30, 6:45, 7, 7:15 over at Virgin, which used to be Hard Rock. Now, where Mirage is now is going to be the new Hard Rock.
Okay.
Mirage is shut down, and they're building the new Hard Rock. If you've seen the Hard Rock Guitar Hotel in South Florida, Lauderdale,
sure,
that's what it's going to look like on the Strip, whatever. So they're in the process. You can see the guitar being built, if that's your thing. Anyway, and in my mind, I'm kind of like, I don't know how good of a sign that is if that's wide open, but the one at Caesars, you cannot get in, which is the two of us. But, this is my wife's doing the whole thing, kind of, or whatever. So I'm like, all right, we'll go over to Virgin. We get oh my God, Jackson. I might have taken a video of it. The movie Swingers predates you. I don't know if you've seen it.
Times, yeah.
The scene where Mikey and Trent walk in, and they're thinking it's going to be a pony.
So they're wearing suits. You got to double down, man. You got to double down.
That is what it looked like there.
Yeah.
And we sit down. You used to have to wait forever if you wanted to go into that Nobu at Hard Rock.
Right.
Now it's the Virgin. And the scene, I look like Brad Pitt and George Clooney had a child in comparison to the...
Like an early bird special going on?
It was the BMIs were higher.
Sure.
It was listen, I just want to eat the fucking food. Sure. I don't give a damn. But my wife's like, well, this is fine. I go, I'm just telling you, if you're a restaurant and you own 3 of these things, and this is the one over here where nobody's going to, the quality at this one is going to be lower tier. I said, we got to go.
Yeah.
And she goes, what are you going to say to the guy? I said, I'm just going to leave. I don't need to say anything.
You didn't order anything.
No.
Right. Well, then you're
just going to leave. And they're like, oh, it's your birthday. Happy. And they start, have you had, the Nobu waiters have this whole spiel. Have you tried this? Like I don't know why, but there's the signature things, whatever. And I'm like, oh, God, now this guy's making small talk, and he has no idea I'm about to bolt. And then my wife, because, again, she's what we call kind, extroverted, and likable,
right.
She's actually engaging. I'm exhausted, not interested in this whole thing. I'm giving off every physical tell I can to convey that I have zero interest in this conversation. She gets up, she bolts, she feels badly. He comes back, he goes, oh, you want to wait till your wife gets back? And in my mind, I'm like, she ain't coming back. And pretty soon you're not going to see me either. Yeah. We get up and go, now we got to wait over there for hours, and we wind up having to eat at the bar, which is fine.
I always like eating at the bar.
I don't mind it, but I want to my wife and I have such a rare chance where there aren't children running around.
Right, I get that.
So anyway, we wind up eating there, but at Caesars, and it was great, but the Virgin Hotel, oh God.
Yeah.
Like, to think what went on at the Hard Rock and what that was, like if you didn't see a musician or an actor, actress, it was just like on my bachelor party, one of my buddies, Elizabeth Shue and Amy Brenneman were hanging out right by us. And he went up and he shot a shot.
Really?
Didn't work out.
Yeah, I get that.
This is 2004, this would have been.
Kind of prime Shue.
Oh, yeah, and prime Brenneman, for that matter.
For sure.
I always thought that Amy Brenneman was beautiful. I think she kind of flies on it because she doesn't, like, do it up, but just naturally beautiful.
Agreed.
Oh, you agree with me on this?
Yeah, for sure.
Because she's probably like 30 years older than you.
She's really good in The Leftovers. She's in Heat. Yeah.
She's in The Leftovers?
Yeah, the show, the HBO show. Is it HBO?
Oh, I'm thinking of what's the movie with Paul Giamatti?
Oh, The Holdovers.
Holdovers.
No.
Because I'm about to say, I don't remember it.
I do love The Holdovers, though.
Is it hotter than All Fires of Hell in here?
It's getting steamy, Tim.
God almighty.
We never know how that thermostat...
we do 2 years of shows in here. We still don't know the thermostat.
It's like a Fisher-Price thermostat.
I don't know if it works, but it's so... This might be like Gabe, where I do take my shirt off.
Yeah.
So anyway, so here's what I was getting to.
Sure.
Saturday night. It's my birthday.
Yeah, your actual birthday.
Your actual birthday. I've been in the room all night. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Part of me wanted to go down and play poker. And for whatever reason, in my mind, I'm like going to be sitting there with Phil Ivey and Daniel Negreanu at the 1-3 table. And why? And I'm just like, I haven't played poker live since the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's a new poker room right by where our elevator would get off. It was perfect. Whereas you used to have to walk over to the Venetian. We stayed at the Plot. So it couldn't, I mean, I could be in the poker room within 2 minutes from my room.
That's
glorious.
Yeah.
And I'm like intimidated by it. I'm like, I fucking sat in main events and was fine. And I was intimidated by 1-3. Finally on Sunday afternoon, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go down there. And I felt like Phil Ivey reincarnate at this thing. I mean, I got pictures of the table just because my wife's like, where are you? And I'm like, the poker room. And I sent pictures and she goes, oh boy.
Fish tank?
It was like, I should have done this starting on Thursday because God only knows.
It was profitable?
Oh, it was, I mean, I don't want to say it was unfair because you still got to deal with cards, but I mean, there was one time where a lady who had to be approaching 80, she took her card. It was just, I was in the small blind, she was in the big blind, and I had a legitimate hand. I think it was like ace 9 suited. And I raise as opposed to just playing. I'm sure she's like irritated, even though like if this were a 2-5 or 5-10 game, they would have been like, what the fuck are you doing limping? You either fold or raise. And so I raise, and she calls, and I can see she lifts up her card. I can blatantly see she has a queen, and like an ace 9 comes off. And I, as opposed to checking it, I'm like, I'm gonna extract as much. I'm gonna bet it. I'm gonna bet it. And she calls, and then a queen comes off on the turn. I'm like, oh fuck, I know she has a queen.
Right.
And I bet it. She calls. I'm like, okay, this is great because I got 2 pair.
Right.
Unless she has ace queen, but I think who knows what the fuck, trying to get into the head of this. I think she would have raised with ace queen, so I'm ahead, and then the river's a queen, and then she leads out, and I'm like, she has no idea how great this is, because otherwise, you know,
so she comes out.
How can I put her on a queen because it didn't hit until the turn?
So
and
she comes out with 3 of a kind.
Yeah, well, I mean, she didn't get the chips on the felt. I'm just like gone, enjoy, whatever.
You're not pot committed.
No, I mean, and I'm sitting there, and I like max the buy-in, because in my mind, I'm like, all right, I got to hang with these people, and then there's like a guy who sits down with like $60, and he's gone within 3 minutes, and I'm going, why didn't I do this earlier? I forgot how easy this is if you know how to play the fucking game. Anyway, finally, Saturday night, it's my birthday, and these games are on, and I got Penn State, Oregon over.
Nice. And
we're waiting we went to Delmonico a little earlier. Our reservation was at 8 o'clock, and they didn't have any room. And the place is a pony. 7:30, they're like, we probably will not be able to seat you until 8 o'clock. It's fine. That's when the reservation is. So we go to a place, you know, a little bit down in the Venetian, and I'm like, I want to watch Oregon and Penn State. I bet a decent amount for me on there, and then Alabama, Georgia. So I go to the bar. My wife had already been boozing, so she's like, I'm good. And I come back.
But that voice just came out.
And 2 ladies sitting at the bar have engaged her. Huh?
Have engaged your wife?
Aye.
Nice.
So, once again, I know the situation. Maybe they see the wedding ring, but otherwise, anytime somebody sees me there with her, in my mind, they think I'm a John.
Certainly in Las Vegas.
And I understand it. This is not, take it however you want to take it. I don't fucking care. This is what I think. In particular, when we're walking through the casino late at night, or we're getting in the elevator, and it's silent, and there's this little tiny bald guy, and then there's this woman who's like with the heels on, like 3 inches taller than me.
Right.
And, you know, there's a disparity in a wide variety of places, and I know what people are thinking.
You might have seen this gentleman. He was taking people's 401ks in the poker room earlier.
Yes. Yeah, we're playing 1-3 no limit, seeing the cards from the players because they're so good.
And made a call.
Oh, God. But I'm like, okay, what do we have doing here?
Right. You come over, you
rub
your hands together.
And I haven't even asked but I want to, because I know if I say something to my wife about it, she's going to be, oh, God.
Right.
They just were being nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not the way the world works, lady.
No one's just nice.
So one of them, they're both, God, I'd like to like patch my wife into this and like actually talk about this. They're both from, I think, Oklahoma City.
Ooh,
I think.
Thunder fans.
And one had just gotten her MBA or something like that.
Nice.
Master's in something. And so they were out there for the weekend, just the 2 of them. And they're talking with her. I guess they saw us both come in, no interest in talking while I'm around. I mean, This is what I am.
Right.
I'm the throw-in the trade.
Which you're just fine with.
Fine with.
Yeah, honestly prefer.
Kind of prefer, candidly.
Pantyhose over
Because if I get bored while somebody has to put the strap-on, I can scroll and see if Eloise is on the elliptical.
Right. Did the Oregon-Penn State overhit?
I got things I can be doing.
Did overtime get you home, by the way?
Yes, it did.
Huge.
And I was watching, so we walk, whatever, this is all over the fucking map, but whatever. So we walk into Delmonico, and this is what happens.
Yeah.
And I told this story one time. I mean, listen, this isn't said from like, my wife's hot, this is fucking great. Honestly, it's so fucked that people are like comfortable making remarks about it.
I've been in person when they make them.
And like, fuck, well, we can hit on her. I mean, she's with him. Like that's the mindset. It's not like well, she's with, I don't know who you would say, like in St. Louis, that's within the realm of respectable appearances. It's like, oh, it's this. Mm-hmm. Well, fuck, she must just be like, blind or something. Mm-hmm. So we walk into Delmonico. Now this is after the Oklahoma thing, which I'll get back to. And there's like 4 or 5. You want to talk about Pesci? Like there was a little, like a guy goes, they gonna backdoor this thing? And I turn, and the guy, I have to go like this. He's down there, and that's with me.
Right.
And like a bunch of guys like have to be from the East Coast in their 70s. And so she walks up to the maitre d' to see if our table's ready now, and I'm over there sweating the Oregon overtime because I got this bet on it.
Yeah.
And one of them, like it's like Sam Ace Rothstein and Nikki Santoro and Frank Vincent talking with their. Look at the girl in the lime dress. You see a girl in a lime dress over there? Yeah. Oh, my God, what I wouldn't do to the girl in the lime dress over there. Look at her. Hey, Robbie, you see the girl in the lime dress? And I'm like, and I've had some booze, but I'm just like, what am I going to fuck? What am I going to do? Don't say anything? I mean, I get it. And they're going to, and if I say that's my wife, they're just going to like start laughing.
Right, yeah.
And either way, what am I going to do?
Right, yeah.
They're going to wind up in a hole.
Yeah. There's a lot of holes in the desert.
That's right. So... But then, I don't say anything. She goes, well, I'm going to go sit at the table. Be my guest. We haven't covered the over yet,
right,
woman.
Right, yeah, we got business.
I don't care that you booked this 2 months out for my birthday.
Yeah. Don't give a
I'm
damn.
over here with La Cosa Nostra trying to cover the over. And sure enough, we wind up bonding over the over cover.
Absolutely.
That's what happens. And little did they know that I was a friend of the feather with the lime green dress.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, now I'm following.
Okay. But before that, you got the Oklahoma thing. Now, one of them starts talking about her kids a lot. Mm-hmm. But then the other one, who in my opinion was the more attractive.
Okay.
And I want to make this clear. We're not talking about Eloise and Abigail Mack here.
Sure.
But,
Yeah.
And starts asking some questions and going, oh, so it's just the two of you. So what are you guys planning on doing later?
This music
I'm telling
career.
ya.
Yeah. These Sooner State sweeties.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, it's so good for a relationship. I'm divorced and I have 2 kids. And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like,
yeah. You're fitting the mold.
Like, little would I know, the 80-year-old lady who showed me her cards would not give off as much of a tell on what she's holding as the Oklahoma girl, in my opinion.
Right.
Now, I know if we were to patch my wife and she'd go, oh, God, this is so stupid. You think everything. She goes, sometimes people are, that she'd say, sometimes people are just nice. And I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think anyone is.
No, not on the pursuit of lesbianism. No one's just nice.
And then she asked, and then she goes, well, we're going to dinner, and then we want to go out. How long are you guys in town? Ooh. But I don't know at this point. I'm so far from the game. Sure. I don't know how to get this, even though if there's any day/time that I'm live, it's this moment. It's 8 o'clock in Las Vegas. My wife's been drinking. He goes, oh, we just saw your wife. She's so beautiful. You're so lucky. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm always the lucky one.
Right. It's never you're beautiful. It's
fucking
you're
deal.
lucky.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we saw our shoes, and we had to compliment our shoes. And I don't know what that's all about. Women do that whole thing.
Right.
I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I would never.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a now you make the call.
Okay.
What if you're me? Because your move is to cough when you want lesbianism.
Yeah, if you're already in bed.
What do you do?
So when you say we want to go out later, your wife said we want to go out later.
No, she didn't say that.
So
she said we have reservations at 8 o'clock, so we're going to dinner. It's his birthday. One of them goes 25, tee-hee.
Nice.
And I'm like, 49. It's fucking hot.
Yeah, it's red hot.
I already know you guys are so thrilled that I'm here.
Right, yeah. Now that you're 49.
Yeah, now
like,
that you're
wow.
49, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this couldn't be better.
Yeah. So they say we're planning on going out later. They ask your wife,
They're going
how
to
long
dinner.
are you in town for?
That the one that I think was more attractive and more live. The other one was kind of getting. I've told the story many a time about how I thought I was about to engage in the less popular MFF,
Right.
Cheshire circa 2003. It truly did, like, was all in, like, holy shit. And these two are, like, super close. This is going to be weird, but they're going to have to figure that out on their own. That's not my problem. And then the one that I wasn't with goes, how close is a White Castle? And at that moment, I knew it wasn't happening.
Right.
This lady said a couple of things that made me think she's not in.
Okay.
But the other one had made it clear that she was a single,
divorced,
yeah,
kids back home, meaning
correct. And is out here to party because she
Yeah.
just got this master's and whatever the fuck it was.
yeah. And she says that we're planning on going out later.
Yes. Also asking how long we're in town.
Right.
But I don't know, what the fuck do I say in that spot? You know, because listen, there's only one person out of the four with certainty that's interested in this.
Yeah.
It's also the least desirable draft pick.
Right. And the opposite sex.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I sit there without talking to my wife and going, hey, why don't we take your pick of whatever, get your number, where are you going?
Yeah.
Let's get together. I mean, that is
a dangerous game.
That is you better believe wicked game. Chris Isaac, friend of the skipper.
Yeah, you were playing a dangerous
See what I'm saying?
game.
So I mean, I'm just sitting there like, oh boy, I hope Oregon can score. You know,
Right. And they weren't locked in on that.
not at all.
No.
But both games were up at the same time, and as you mentioned, they were sitting, winding down at the same time. So you three can talk about the kids. I got some cash over here,
Right.
and then if ideally somehow this can wind up where we're having a nice it is my birthday.
Yeah. I'm probably too worried about Mateer. I think the question after they say we're trying to go out is just out of curiosity, where are you guys going to be going?
Yeah, that's where I missed the putt.
And then it's like, oh, we're going to be going to this place. And it's
And
like,
I know
oh.
my wife, having been together for whatever it is now, 17 years, married for 14, she would have known exactly what I was doing, and she would have looked at me like, and it wouldn't have been like a pissed look. She would have just been like, ugh.
Yeah, but you deal with that later. You say, where are you going?
But
Okay.
if she's not interested in this, we truly haven't discussed this at all. This is the place to do it. This is the place to do it. This is the place to do it.
Did you hear QFTA today? Because then you say, oh, maybe we'd see you out. Give your number to my wife. Give your number to my wife.
But if you do that in Las Vegas, in my opinion, everybody knows at that moment what's doing.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah, you're telegraphing it.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But isn't that
Pretty
kind of the
creepy.
goal? Yes, of course. Well,
But I mean, I think the one that was kind of saying things that, in my opinion, made it clear she wasn't, and she was they were both fine looking.
Sure.
I want to make this clear, but one was better looking.
Yeah.
And I want to make it also clear that we're not talking about,
yeah.
but certainly good. If I'm like, let's all get together,
Right.
Well, like she was married. Not the one that I think was
The other
more
one.
interested, correct.
Right.
So I don't like to, that's an off limits.
For sure.
Hey, everybody's got their things, and you never know if it's an open situation, whatever. God bless. But I am not going to soil the sanctity of their marriage vows. The other one is clearly available.
Yeah.
And talking about how she's divorced and kind of hinting at how big of her prick her ex is, of course. I mean, that's the way it always. And I'm picking up a read. I really am. But I don't know how to take it from here to there. And on top of it, of the four parties who are least interested, it's the one I'm married to.
Right, and that's the key here.
And that, to me, is the immovable object.
And unfortunately, that's not only the immovable object, but it's the only pivot point you can have into making this happen. She needs to be matching your energy in terms of the desire, and if that's not there, there's no way you could even try it without coming across creepy.
And so when I've made these campaign speeches, and I do a lot of tour stops.
Yeah, right. Sleeves rolled up.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
And I make my case. Mm-hmm. And she go, okay, for my birthday, I'd like you to suck a dick.
It's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
And it's very tough to have a to have a good prepared remark to deflect that.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I think if this were a debate, she would probably...
If Tony Reale was on the board,
she'd get some winning page points?
2-3 points, yeah.
So she goes, I'm just not into that. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. And you just have to sit there and say, damn it.
Right.
Damn it, why?
Damn it, why? So even it being my birthday, even having some booze, now we're going to Delmonico. We ate, even if it was live. Now, in my mind, I would have eaten lighter. Yeah. I would have been in...
Chicken breast.
Absolutely, a steakhouse.
Yeah, chicken breast for sure.
But I mean, I think we might have had 6 courses.
Really?
I don't know if you count bread as a course.
I don't.
Okay. What do we go with here, Jackson? Caprese salad. I feel like there's barbecue shrimp at Delmonico. That's
like
a signature
New
dish.
Orleans
The
style?
Emerald,
Yeah, really good.
Along with bread, lobster bisque, strip steak, mashed potatoes, banana cream pie, wine. I mean, this is... Nice. She could have said, you know what? I'm up for...
Yeah. You'd be useless.
I mean, I'd just be like, sloth.
You'd be useless. Mashed potatoes, red wine.
Oh, my God.
Steak.
So...
Heavy cream soups.
Heavy cream soup. Could be the title of the episode.
Heavy cream soups.
So I don't know. I'm trying to... Like, sometimes I'll play a match in golf or something like that. And I'll go like, God, if we could have gotten... Like, if Russell Henley doesn't leave the fucking putt short.
Gotta get it there, Russ.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. That's where the whole match turned. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to replay this match was there a play to make? And I don't know what it...
I don't think so.
Because the immovable object is my wife is straight.
Right, she has to be the one
and that's her fault, by the way. That's her fault.
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That can also be the title. My wife is straight, and that's her fault.
Yeah, that's even better. You'll see some people who are trying to get people, off of being gay, and then try to, and you're the opposite. You're trying to force her into
What do they call it? Like camps.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What a fucking... I don't know what's a bigger grift, that or youth sports. Maybe that'll be our next week's topic.
Yeah. What's the bigger grift?
Yeah. Or sports talk guys all of a sudden going right wing.
Oh, yeah.
That's my Mount Rushmore of grifts.
It's a natural progression.
Oh, my God. So I don't know. We have let's see. Harley Jarvis is in the YouTube chat and says, "I'm married to a bisexual woman. You need your wife to be the one to initiate. If she ain't down for Sappho's, then it's not happening." And Harley Jarvis, I think you're right on target. So maybe I don't have to look back and go, I missed a putt. There might not have been a putt to make.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I'm telling you, if I would have said, because the problem is, I'm the boy who cried wolf. I bring it up, like we went to Kabuto, the sushi place I always recommend,
right,
on Friday night, and the waitress, who, God bless her, English is not her first language, but super charismatic, even though we're all battling through the communication barrier. And I go, I got to tell you, she's like, oh God, every woman who is friendly, I present as an option. I am the boy who cried wolf. Right. So here we have what might be a live situation because I have cried wolf so many times.
Yeah, your penance is that it just won't happen.
But again, as Harley Jarvis points out, if she ain't in it, it doesn't matter. So maybe I can sleep easier because I haven't slept since this happened.
Yeah, no, it's. I think you can sleep easy because you need your wife on board, and that's just...
But if there was a time, 8 o'clock in Las Vegas on my birthday, I mean, that is the witching. If you go, what is the ideal situation for your 1 in a million shot to happen? I'd go, no, you probably need to be in Las Vegas, probably need to have some booze at night. I had it.
Right.
And then there was a party who I believe, because she was just standing there while I was getting a drink, and candidly, I didn't really give a shit about getting the drink. I wanted to watch the games. Those games were right next to each other.
Right.
And then I turn around with my booze, and next thing I know, she's in a conversation with these 2 ladies.
Yeah.
And honestly, just like being on the Davenport, I would have preferred to stay out of the whole thing.
Right, and keep an eye on the game.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I guess I'll do the right thing, and I'll participate in this.
Yeah.
But then I start hearing the conversation. I'm going, I don't know. I really do. I want to...
Yeah. No, I feel like we've unpacked. I just don't think it's going to happen unless she's super into it. And like you said, the Boy Cry Wolf thing, that's certainly not helping you. Did you go is that a cocktail or is that a light beer if you're going to know you're drinking wine later?
So she had been drinking wine, I don't know, I don't know, 'cause she's like, oh, I've already drank so much. And I'm like, really? But I guess she had a couple glasses of wine.
White wine, probably, yeah.
And, it's 7:30 out there at this time, 7:25, whatever. But before knowing we're going to dinner and having all this stuff. And I hadn't, so I wanted to get some booze, but I'm like, we're just kind of one of these. There's some woman, God bless her, performing Gwen Stefani song. It's like a bad karaoke spot. I mean, it's weird for this kind of caliber of place to have this shit going on a Saturday night at 7:30. But all I want to do is watch the game, so she can be belting out, hella good for all I give a fuck. Doesn't matter to me.
It's a bad karaoke song, by the way. Well, light instruments, preferably.
Oh, God, it was so bad.
Yeah.
And then I just oversell my applause. And then there was like a guy, it was kind of like the Joe Kelly, Scott Van Slyke 2013 standoff after the national anthem. I kept clapping, which drives my wife up the wall because I'm a loud clap.
Yeah, I've seen you do the performative clap thing, and it's wild. It's really loud.
It drives my wife up the wall. But then there was some other asshole who was onto it, and he kept clapping after me because I think we were both thinking this is fucking terrible.
He was probably desperate for lesbianism, too.
Exactly.
You guys are probably...
He probably just turned 49 and is bald, and everybody thinks he's a John, too.
Yeah.
I should be with that guy.
100%.
That's what, you know what? That's what should be happening.
Yeah, you should have hung out with him, went to the poker room.
Fuck me. So anyway, Jackson, I don't know. I've been sitting there going, okay, what could I have done? But I don't, like, how do I, in front of a woman I've been married to for 14 years, together with since 2008, who has made it crystal clear she is not into this.
No room for no wiggle room.
None.
Yeah.
And two women I barely know, one who is absolutely wearing a wedding ring and talking about her kids and, and then the other one who I feel like is live. What do you, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what there's...
You should have said, are you guys going to be going out to the Spearmint Rhino, You
God.
You suggest strip clubs to go out to.
I would have been decked right on the spot by my betrothed.
Yeah. That's the thing, is you're fighting an uphill battle here.
Here it is. Here's the pitch. Oh, where are you guys planning on going?
Yeah.
Hardly. See that? That's a benign pitch. Oh, where are you guys planning on going?
Right. And
how long are you guys here?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to doing now that you're out here?
Where are you staying?
Where are you staying?
Where are you staying?
God.
Where do you want to stay?
Where do you want to stay? Yeah. God. The room where I've been watching the Ryder Cup by myself for 48 hours.
Now I'm sitting here thinking through your mindset. This woman, freshly divorced, talks about how much she dislikes her ex. Maybe she's trying out for the different team. Seeing.
Now you're making me feel like I missed the pot.
Kicking the tires on that. But again, if you are not a woman, so if your wife isn't into it, it's just not going to work. And then you're her defense if she tries to flip the tables on you,
which has been done.
Yeah, that's a no further questions, Your Honor situation.
So
sad.
Anyway, that is sad.
Another birthday in the books and no lesbianism.
That's right.
49 in a row.
49 in a row. That's exactly right.
It's bullshit, man.
Thank you. What is the title of this episode?
My wife's straight and it's her fault.
I enjoy that. Yeah, really let me see what's going on in the YouTube chat here. Let's see. I had the Cabana experience at the Aria, and it was the most overrated thing I've ever wasted money on. That includes Doggies tickets the last 2 seasons. That's from Doggies. Fair. Yeah, I mean, listen, this isn't like I've done it before. I haven't dropped $2,000 on it, but we had one of the years, a bunch of us, some of the guys you have played golf with, who I play golf with on a regular basis. We were all in the World Series of Poker main event, and there were some guys, not me, certainly not in 2008, who had some real money. We're talking about real money, and they got one. I think it was $18,000 for, and this was at Hard Rock before it became,
Yeah.
And we had, if you remember the website, The Dirty, you probably don't. It predates you. It'd be kind of weird if you knew.
Pictures, right?
Yeah, it's where Timberfake came from.
Right.
The two of the girls, there was Alien and Leper. All of these people came from like the Scottsdale area. I'll have to show you I'll text you the pictures.
Yeah.
And they came in the Cabana, and they actually in person were like legitimately really attractive, and like started messing around with each other and some of my compadres. That was the same trip that Andy Dick seduced or was in producer Joe's bedroom. I mean, I look back on this shit and it was like, we didn't even think anything. It's just what we were doing.
Right.
And like now I have a divorced mom from Oklahoma saying hi.
Yeah.
And
you spent 41 minutes of this podcast on it.
But Andy Dick sleeps in producer Joe's room, and he flirts with a guy who played basketball in the Ivy League, and it's like, yeah, that's what we did.
Right,
My buddy, tried to pick up Elizabeth Shue and Amy Brenneman. I lost thousands of dollars at 8 in the morning after not going to bed playing video poker. It's what we did.
Right.
But now I got a single mom from Oklahoma, and I'm going to spend 41 minutes on it. God almighty. Youth is wasted on the young. Youth is wasted on the young. Let's see what I got here. Just saw that Dylan Gabriel be the 41st starting quarterback for the Browns since 1999. Big yikes. Wow.
41, jeez.
You know who their first quarterback was? There's no way, but on the off chance.
Tim Couch?
Holy shit!
Yeah, I remember it because there used to be
Oh my God!
There was like a meme.
I would have paid... I mean, if I really was betting it, I think I would have given you like 30-1.
Yeah, Tim Couch, because I remember when Manziel took over, or so even go back, someone like made a jersey of all the quarterbacks that have played with like a long post-it note kind of thing. And I remember the first one being Tim Couch. Like the jersey itself was a Tim Couch jersey with like 18 different names under it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Butt ass after butt ass.
Right.
Mr. Licks is in the YouTube chat. Yellowtail jalapeno at Nobu. That's what they always try to push on you. And it's fine.
It's like running out.
I don't know what the deal with it is. Every time you sit down, it's like, yeah, we've been. Have you been here? Yes, we have.
Yeah.
I know what you're about to say. Yellowtail jalapeno. I wonder what that's. It must have the highest margin for whatever fucking
that
reason.
and it's a lot like if it's like a fish especially, which a high turnover rate. Like if they get it in and they can't use it the next day, then they're gonna always try to push that. A lot of specials sometimes are like meat that's like they got to get rid of it.
Yeah, that was the song and dance. Let's see what he did. Let's see. Shoe can get it, B. That's from Manchild, 79.
You're here.
Let's see. I feel like the crowd yelling at Rory took away from how bad the golf polos were at the Ryder Cup. Those colors folded up like a cheap tent. Bad look. That's from MD 2020. I had to remind the only way I could distinguish, because I felt like Europe was wearing American colors on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes.
Then I'm like, okay, America's wearing white pants. That's how I'll know.
Right.
Or if a putt's left short, I'll know it's Russell Henley. Let's see. I don't really have a question, but a hot take. I don't care if you're a good friend. I'm not coming to your summer outdoor wedding and reception. Stop this madness. That's from Steve Gottsagen's Teleprompter. Now, it's an interesting take, because around these parts, and certainly south of here, a fall wedding on a Saturday is problematic, which I personally love.
No need to tell me, man. I had to experience that firsthand.
I'm so glad I'm done with that shit.
Yeah, right.
I am so glad I'm done with that shit.
What about a Saturday kid's birthday party? A kid that's not yours.
Oh.
Your face is really funny.
I nearly made it through all of like my existence actually of never going to a couple shower, which I'm sure you probably like have 8 under your belt already.
I've been at 1
because you are again likable.
Right.
Now I don't know if they're not going on like they used to during my era as a late Gen Xer.
Yeah.
But they were so common. I'm just like, I'm not going, and didn't even fucking care. And I'm sure people like this asshole and didn't even show up, didn't send a gift. Just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to sit here.
Get it.
Well, that they were okay. So maybe they've gone away.
No, I have been to one, but I don't get is it just like more opportunities for gifts?
I have no idea. It's awful. And I guess there's an understanding amongst parents, especially close knit, whether it's families or close friends, that they will kind of support the first birthday. I feel like is kind of the understandable. You go to the first birthday party. Yeah. It's more of a drunk fest for the parents. And then, like, the second and third, because now my son, who's 3 and he'll be turning 4 in January, he's at an age where, well, he's not really communicating to have friends. So then the friends are just like our friends.
Right.
And so you're kind of like doing a favor, you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that's my wife's. Listen, you're not going to hook up with women, then I'm not going to go to these parties. I think that's fair.
Not the worst trade-off I've ever
Thank
heard.
you.
You know?
I'd still be willing to go to the parties, though, for them.
Oh, my God. Kidding me? I get in the bouncy house.
Good for you. I like your passion on this. This is Harley Jarvis back to the bisexual woman thing. It's like trying to swing a bat with a donut on it. That's from Chairman Kurt.
Nice. I don't know what it's a reference to.
I was hoping you knew what that was in reference to. Just sent an email on the title sponsor, in studio interviews. Curious to hear thoughts. Loves heart. That's from Cal. So I guess he sent an email to me.
Yeah. I assume that's DraftKings Cal.
Oh, is that DraftKings Cal?
I would think. He sends in good emails for QFTA.
Yeah, boy, I got a bunch of QFTAs. Holy shit! Good thing I opened them up. Let's see what I got. I understand if you can't read this on publicly, well then I gotta be.
Yeah.
Well, he's asking about like sponsored interviews on TMA. Now, I did this thing flying to Las Vegas and then flying back, where I said on the TMA fan page, and I realize, a sliver of the audience is actually on this page. But it's an opportunity because I got 3 hours in the air.
Right.
My wife or I will fall asleep or read a book. And I truly do like to interact with the audience, especially for the most part on that fan page. I think 95% of the people are using their real names.
Yeah.
You feel like that's a good...
I'd even go, I'd say 97, 98.
But you've dealt with Hoosier Trojan horses?
Yeah,
what are they called?
those
Nesting
are rare.
bodies?
Yeah, the nesting body one I luckily sniffed out before I was able to deploy.
I still love that. So I'm like, I haven't had a chance to do this in a while.
Yeah.
I know there are all these TMA questions and comments.
Right.
There's all these theories that are just like so inaccurate. And I'm like, here, I will put myself out for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I will do it to Las Vegas. I will do it fro Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And only Timmy Recaps, QFTA Hall of Famer, along with Not Caller Adam. And who's the other one? A gentleman who I don't recall interacting with much, asked questions about the show. But meanwhile, there's this opportunity for 6 hours.
Right.
And it's like, well, now that I'm here, well, we're not going to, actually ask the questions. We don't want to hear the truth. It's more fun to have whatever. So I'm just like, okay, I can't. If I'm here and I'm answering the questions with as much detail as I can possibly provide. So I think one of the things that old school TMA listeners are unhappy with are interviews. And it's like, you said you didn't like doing interviews. Now you're doing interviews. If there is an impression that, like, this is my idea to have interviews, I would respectfully say you are not correct. And there are interviews that are part of 101 ESPN's deal with take your pick of whomever. The St. Louis Blues, Big League Impact. I think that's it. You might be able to refresh my memory on others.
Yeah.
You have a 20-year sample size of how, if I can do a show my 100% way, how I like to do it. I like long segments, and personally, unless the guest is going to do what Mazalek did last week, or be like a holiday guy where he's just bullshitting, or a Gabe guy, or a Jeremy Rutherford guy. The guest thing is just like it's a radio dogma thing. Well, we got to have guests. No, you don't. They pay us to talk. Right. That's the deal. I've never understood the guest thing unless they're great guests.
Yeah.
So that's the deal on that. But I feel I sense that there's like this anger directed at us about guests. If your boss tells you to do something at your place of employment, do you say no?
If you do, you're not going to be employed very long.
Right. So I don't get it. But that's why I like to say, here, I'm here for 3 hours. Fire away, and I'll answer questions for you. But I feel like there are inconvenient truths that, when I provide explanation for, it's not as fun as to just go, no, he fucking sucks and is a bad guy, and So anyway, I'm reading DraftKings Cal's email, and he's talking about the sponsored segments, and they're sponsored segments. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This is. I can't. I mean, I get what he's saying, and I can't read it because it does go into some specifics. So it's a weird spot since we're live on YouTube. I respect the question. I appreciate the question, and I say if I can answer it, I will answer it. If I can't, I can't. This would fall into the I can't category, or I don't know how I would answer it, shooting off the cuff. But well, he's asking about when Ed Herman comes in and they talk about KFNS. I just there isn't a person. Or whatever, KLIS.
KLIS,
So I think Ed bought a portion,
Right.
a minority position at KLIS, I believe, is the deal. But they just re-upped on TMA. I think that was something that, like, TMA people were like, ooh, this is going to be juicy. Well, no, it's just like, you know, I bought advertising on KFNS
Right.
and KTRS for Sound Story and KMOX and 97.1. I go wherever I can try to deliver return on investment. And then you can find out who actually delivers return on investment. So you can have the two things. So there is Martin, Doug, me, Jackson, none of us care about them talking about KLIS. I couldn't care any less. Yeah, it just doesn't. They're just it's neither here nor there. And I'm not trying to disregard the question because DraftKings Cal isn't the only person who's ever brought it up. But it was like this thing like, oh man, this is big time now that Ed Herman's bought part of KLIS. And it's like, it just doesn't matter.
Right.
And then even if they, you know, it's not a big deal. You can have diversified interests. You know, I realize, as always, some people like some things and some people don't like other things. There are things that we have to do. It's part of the gig. You know, I don't know. I don't know what else to say on it. I know you're not looking at the email, and I'm a big DraftKings Cal fan.
As am I.
He's also a Hall
As am I.
But yeah, specific to the questions, like, are we irritated when they promote Cal? I couldn't care any less.
Right. Do whatever you got to do, yeah.
But I mean, it just isn't even something that is. I mean, we play audio from KMOX and credit KMOX because I think that's what you should do.
Right.
Or play it from FanDuel Sports Midwest and credit them. They did the work to get it. So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Next year, Tim, your record will be 1 for 49, I believe. That's Adam Welly.
It's the goal, man. It's the goal. You never know. You know, don't count yourself out just yet.
We were sitting there, and this was like Thursday night, and we were just silent. But I'm silent because I'm exhausted. And my wife goes, "Are you mad or are you tired?" And I'm like, "I don't like the question because you're inserting a supposition that there's negative energy."
Right.
And I'm just sitting here at the bar, you know, and so. And I still feel good about that, but I'm sure she was just like, what the fuck with this guy, you know? And then later on goes, next year, you need to figure out where we're going to go on, you know, for your birthday. And I'm like, I don't need to do anything, but that's my sense of humor.
Right.
Because I don't need to do anything. I don't look at it like, you know.
Like a task.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just, listen, if it was like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to hook up with the hottest girls, you got to figure out where they are. I'd be like, all right, let's figure it out. But I'm just not in that mindset. I don't need a task assigned to me.
Sure.
I guess is what I'm saying.
For sure.
But she was trying to be friendly and celebratory, and then I fired that back. I'm just like, what an absolute asshole.
Well, you had spent the entire day Howard Hughesing it in your room.
No, that was the day we traveled.
Oh, that was Thursday.
So I was actually amongst other humans.
Well, you had been up then since 4:30.
This was probably 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock Vegas time, so that's midnight.
So yeah, I'd probably been up for 20 hours, but still, I mean, then just go, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm fucking tired.
Right.
I need it now. I mean, I don't know when we'll be back there. Obviously, this doesn't happen a lot with 2 young kids. But you just need to eat it if you get up as early as we do and go out there. Like, you just can't make it. I don't even think at 27 you can make it happen. Because I would do this shit even when I was in my 20s going out there. And I'd be like, you just need to eat it and get dinner early. And then now you're ready starting on whatever first full day.
100%.
You can't make it unless you're going to do horse or whatever.
Friday nights, like for me, like if I go out with some friends, I'm like, let's go out early because I'm going to be pretty gassed by about 9 p.m. On Fridays.
Yes.
Because it's 5 days. 5 days of waking up.
Oh, yeah, that's how I am. My wife knows at this point. On Fridays, I'm pretty much out. Let's see. Was Vegas as empty as people have been saying lately? I mean, again, I truly didn't leave the Palazzo. I guess we went to Cabuto, which is about a mile or 2 west of the Strip. I went down to Circa to meet with the ad buyer on Sunday morning by myself and was there for a few hours.
Beautiful.
Tried to meet Derek. Did you meet Derek when you were there? You did.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
He was on VEASAN, that studio that's right off the sports book.
That's not Venables.
Musburger.
Does,
right.
It's a cool studio. It's like lifted up and like
it is awesome. But he was
cool.
on that, and then they were having that Bears Raiders pregame thing for all the Bears fans. So I didn't get a chance to meet him, but I met their head buyer, Aaron. And well, I
Aaron's
met with
good
him before. Yeah. And I guess we went to the Virgin and Caesars for Nobu, but I didn't leave. I wouldn't have it any other way. My wife and I were texting this morning during commercial breaks. I'm like, man, I loved that show. Oh, we went over to Encore where Sinatra is. That's the restaurant. Major recommendation.
How'd the golf course look? The Wynn Golf Course.
Didn't see it. Well, our hotel room was pointed right at the Sphere.
Got it.
And so if you're,
like
it's to the left is
right.
where the golf course is.
Right.
So yeah, I can't. I mean, where we stayed was packed. It also, but the Bears, we had a bunch of Chicago fans in town for, it's a Raiders weekend. The rates definitely were expensive, but it's my birthday weekend, so I'm just like, we're just going to deal with it. Yeah. So I don't know on that. But let me tell you something, man. Now, we certainly went to some restaurants that, whatever, at a price point, holy shit, it's insane.
Yeah, oh God.
But in my mind, it's like, my wife and I haven't taken a trip, just the two of us, that wasn't work-related since I think we went to Red Rocks last June. And it's like, this is what I work for, and I'm just going to spend it. And I know it's ridiculous, and it is ridiculous, but, you don't just save everything for when you're 75. Right. That isn't a way to live. Right. But don't get me wrong. The reason why I hear there's pushback on Las Vegas is it's super expensive now. But at the same time, I went to places that were...
Yeah.
But I don't know. They have a Starbucks now, and it used to just be a bunch of different coffee places. Now Starbucks is the only place you can get a coffee. I don't know what a normal Starbucks is. This was like $5.50 for a large coffee.
Yeah,
is that standard?
Right.
Okay,
yeah,
there you go. That's the only thing I can go comparing and contrasting with.
That's about right. I once paid, I went to a little diner in Las Vegas, and I paid $34 American for an omelet.
Was it choice?
It was a great omelet.
Okay.
But it wasn't a $34 omelet. I'm like Travolta in the $5 milkshake. I was like,
I can't imagine when I paid for the chicken tenders, but I was so focused on Utah State getting in the end zone that I was just happy.
And boy, did they have shout out to the Aggies.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. People suck a lot of times, lack perspective, but don't lack entitlement. Let's see. Now we're attacking past sponsors. So, okay. All right. Let's see. I got a bunch of emails. What time is it? Oh my God. How long have we been going? An hour?
About an hour, yeah.
Fuck. Let's see. Got a bunch here. And I'm reading these for the first time because these have just come in since we started. Hey, Tim, I don't remember when I heard this on TMA, but I think it was around the time that the idea of getting rid of Matt Carpenter was being kicked around, but it had to do something with DeWitt III's desire to play deep in personnel decisions and that he didn't like getting rid of legacy players. Now, I have to acknowledge that the Cardinals did eventually get rid of Matt Carpenter, so maybe he has changed his tune, but part of me wonders to what extent Mo's hands were tied because of DeWitt III. So you're talking about DeWitt Jr., not DeWitt III here, because DeWitt III is
right,
the business desire to play deep in personnel decisions, and obviously it makes me concerned that Chaim Bloom might not truly get the keys to the car. Do you share these concerns? If so, do you think Bloom took the role knowing that this would be a reality, or do you think he took the role with the understanding that he would get the keys to the car? Why hire talented people if you're going to make decisions for them? Thanks. That's from Jason. This is one of the things, and by the way, I appreciate the question. It's just one of the things that I have been confused by, but again, this might be a case of me projecting. I can't imagine there are too many owners who literally hand the keys to the car, and I'm talking about any business.
Right.
And if you're talking about a business that's doing significant revenue, and therefore you have investors and or debt in addition to ridiculous revenue, then there's a good chance you have to answer to a board of directors, if not the largest shareholder. So the idea that John Mozeliak was the bad guy or Kevin Demoff was the bad guy just showed, to paraphrase Demoff, fortunately or unfortunately, Kroenke and DeWitt got the right guys for their jobs because they shielded the two guys who were responsible from the disdain.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, Kroenke still had his fair share, but more people hated Demoff, I feel like, because he was the face of it.
Yeah.
And Mozeliak, and I'm like, do you think John Mozeliak doesn't want to spend money? I don't, or do you think John, like, there are moves that, and I don't know. I guess maybe because I lived it, because maybe before I lived it. I wasn't as hip to it, but the owner always has. Like even in my contract when I was supposedly running KFNS, there were clauses that if the move was more than X dollars, it had to be okayed by the owner. And I couldn't make lineup moves without the owner. Then I wound up, as it turned out, none of that actually happened, but it was in the contract. So, yeah. Now, I think, and it's probably pretty clear, that Bill DeWitt Jr. is closer to shutting it down than, how things started out in 1995. So perhaps there is more leeway for Bloom than normally. But the Cardinal organization, like when we talked a little bit about this thing where DeWitt said yesterday, we haven't even discussed the payroll, and people were aghast at that. And I'm like, I guess that's a little surprising, but I also believe it. Doug and Martin did not believe it. And the reason I believe it is because they know they're not going to be carrying a big payroll. So I guess there might be some Cardinal fans who think that the team is now that Mozeliak's gone, they're going to start spending. It's just not happening.
Right.
And if you do believe that, I don't know what makes you think that from a logic standpoint. They're getting rid of the veteran players, or they're trying to get rid of the veteran players. And Chaim Bloom said, our focus is on the future. We're not going to do anything that's going to distract from that. So, yeah, there's no need to say $200 million is the cutoff if they're going to be a lot closer to $100 million. Right. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So, yeah, and the thing is, and I saw this, and I mean, it was one text out of however many that come in, but I saw one somebody said today, I really wish the Cardinals would have gone for it in 2022. And I'm going, but they did. They went out and got Jose Quintana and Jordan Montgomery.
It was a perfect deadline move.
It's just like there's some revisionist history. And I also realize it's not people's jobs to know this stuff like it is mine. And I also realize my memory is a little weird, and I have some recall that is just right there because my memory is weird, that people might forget it, so I'm not worked up about it. But I think the Cardinal mistake is, if you go, okay, how'd the Cardinals get here? And of course there are a lot of answers, but I would start with an unwillingness to sell, an unwillingness to go, yeah, it isn't happening. And then I would say, I kind of can't blame them for having that in their mindset, because the two world championships this ownership group won were both in situations where nobody thought they were going to win them in 2006 and 2011. And I also think it contributed to the model. But 16, 17, 18, probably 2021, even though I realize it became a playoff year, but you can't do results-oriented, because when you make these decisions, you don't have the results. And certainly 2023, those were opportunities to really turn the page, and they didn't, and so they were stagnant and didn't get a chance to replenish. So when Mozeliak would talk about, well, we always were successful, so we didn't have great draft picks, it's like, yeah, but there were years where you weren't in the playoffs, and at the deadline you were kind of hovering, and you gotta have a strategy, whether it's being aggressive to buy or aggressive to sell. Just languishing doesn't work. And I think that for me, that was the thing that frustrated me, and it also was the thing that I think played a role in them being where they are. My hope is, and I actually believe this, that Bloom is going to be aggressive. And by aggressive, I mean unloading.
Right.
I set the over-under at 1.5 on how many would be gone of Arenado, Gray, and Contreras. I'm over on that. Where are you? I don't know if
Under.
you're at under. So you, Martin, and Doug are all in under.
Yeah, I think they can move Arenado.
God, I think I'd bet you.
It's so.
I think they're gonna. I think they're going. I think Bloom knows he just needs to do these things.
Right. But if they eat both Arenado and Sonny's, because Sonny's contract is
Sonny isn't
backlogged.
going to be an eat.
Right, I won't be all eaten, but I think probably a portion. It's all backloaded. That's the thing. He's getting most of that contract in the next year or two. So it's like, not most, but a lot of it.
35 this year, and then there's an option that they have to buy out of for 27.
Yeah.
For where they are and for the work stoppage.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I want it to be 2.
This is the thing. But again, if the owner goes, no, I don't want to part ways with them, well, then they're not parting ways with him.
Right.
So I don't know where he is on it. But I do know that they asked Gray last year, so obviously they were willing to do it last year, so why wouldn't they be willing to do it this year? Although I have no idea who the hell's going to start games for them next year. All right, got another one here that was just sent in within the last hour. Let's see. Hey, Tim, like you, I absolutely loved Nate Silver's last book, so much so that I'm thinking about rereading it. God, yeah, I loved that too. I found this podcast recently that is of the same vein called Risk of Ruin. I have listened to that. Think Kelly Criterion, closing line value, steam chasing, etc. Here's the link. I actually have listened to this exact episode this person's talking about. For QFTA, curious how you'd rate yourself as a sports bettor. Sharp adjacent, obviously not square. Cheers, that comes from Max. The only thing where I feel confident betting in sports is college football, where I am like, I think I am going to win. And I do feel pretty good about it. I feel like I have at this point, a tracker. Now, it's not absolute, but I feel pretty good about it. I think I'm 58% against the spread on Spread Zone.
Hell yeah.
Stalter's 66%, by the way.
Cooking.
Poor Riz, 1-13 the last 2 weeks, and he's at 32%.
Oof.
And by the way, here's a deep tease for Spread Zone.
Okay.
For the first time in the show's history, me and Stalter, we don't talk about him in advance of the show, are on the same game as our lock, and Riz also picked it.
Wow.
For the first time, all three picked a game.
Okay.
So
I'm going to look forward to hearing it. So I can
this will be a defining.
I'm riding.
Defining moment. You're going to ride with it.
I'm riding with the boys.
I'm 4-1 on my locks.
I'm riding.
Yeah, I don't. Here's what I think. To answer your very fair question, Max, I think I overthink it. It's kind of like how I was saying at the beginning of the podcast. I was like, man, I can't hang in a Vegas poker room right now because I'm picturing like the Adderalled up Russians with the hoodies and that I used to play in the World Series of Poker main event.
Skin complexion like mine.
They've been there forever. Yes, you're starting to put. This is the look. Exactly. That's what it looked like.
Yep.
Couldn't be more socially awkward. Math geniuses. Wow. And yes, when it's a $10,000 buy-in, that is what you would run into. But you'd also have some people just have the money and be like, fuck it, I'll just play and I don't really care. And then all of a sudden they have a bunch of chips and you can't figure out what the hell they're doing. And then I sit down at this 1-3 table and I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? Part of me wants to do it here, but my understanding of games locally is it's like the same small pool of people, kind of like dating in your 40s.
Right.
And I really don't. I mean, then you're just passing kind of money back and forth. So what's the point? But I'm like, oh, yeah, the game. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, people play these optimizers and game theory optimal, and there's these models. And it's like
you're not playing the same game.
Oh, God.
You can't just go off instinct, or even if you have some data compared to what some of these, especially when it comes to daily fantasy stuff, more so. I feel like, or prop bets. Those guys get so healthy off the DFS and then prop bets too. Like something like basketball, it's just basically on minutes played.
No.
Like if you're gonna get enough minutes played, you're probably gonna get points, assists, and rebounds.
Yeah.
And it's like who am I? I don't know how to do any of that. I have friends who can do it though.
Oh, all right. Private Citizen Pete.
Oatmeal. He is a software wizard, and so he could get that done.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit down here, and we're gonna go to dinner in a few hours. So I got like 3 or 4 hours to play. I'm not gonna play a hand. I'm not even gonna watch the pot. Yeah. I'm just going to watch the people, see who looks at their cards before action, see if like somebody moves their hand to it, then go, okay, did they play the hand, and then did it get to a showdown where I could see their card, just watch to take it in, see who would limp and know, okay, what I got there, just take it all in. And it was like within one orbit, I'm like, okay, this is a nice situation. So the game, and I was probably the youngest person at the table too, which also tells you a lot.
Right.
So anyway, you play, right? You don't play a lot, but
poker. Yeah, it's sometimes with my buddies. But again, I giggle when I bluff, so I'm just not. I wouldn't be much. But that's only with my buddies. Maybe if I was with strangers, I'd be better. But I don't know. I mean, I think I'd be okay. You need to bring, if you're playing like a cash game or like at poker, like you're probably going to bring a decent amount of money.
1-3, and I got $600 out.
Yeah.
You can play 300. You can put 300 on the table.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I'm playing, and like I don't even know. I'm thinking like I'm like just starting out again. And then I sit down. I'm like, oh, I got the most chips at the table here. what am I doing? Like, I'm treating this like I'm sitting down like at a
Right.
real game. I mean, this is a 1-3 game is usually just a bunch of people limping,
Right.
even though they don't have to, and just playing queen 8 offsuit, and then a 9-10 jack comes off, and it's like, and then they start,
Right, because the chip leader has a big advantage. So if you come
more
to that,
chips, because you can cover people.
Right.
So if you put them all in, but nobody was putting it. I mean, the fact that I was betting, people are like, "What's this guy doing?"
Right.
Oh, he's raising.
Right.
It's this
You
guy.
could
This guy's ruining a good time over here.
bluff yourself to 2 extra money.
And I could tell some people were getting irritated, so then they were just calling me.
Yeah, that's a perfect. Right.
I'm going to tell a poker story for the first time, and I don't know how long. Is could be the worst podcasting ever.
Settle in.
Yeah. All right. Jack 10. I think it was suited. It might have been offsuit. Some immaterial. Action folds to me on the button. Still can speak the lingo. The lady who I could see her cards is to my left.
Yeah.
And then a guy who I think could play is in the big blind. So the small blind's the lady. They both call I think I made it $10. Whatever. So I have Jack 10. The flop comes off with a 7 and a 9 and like a deuce. They check it back to me. I guess there's 30 in the pot at this point. I think I make it 20, so I overbet it. What do I have at that point? Jack high.
Right.
What do I want? The 8 to hit the gut shot.
Right.
The math on me hitting that is, so there's 4 of them in the deck and multiply 16%. 16% chance I hit it. Either way, I've also got equity in them folding because I'm the pre-flop raiser and also the table's weak. The turn comes off and it's like a junk card, and the lady who shows me her cards is gone.
She's out after the 3
I haven't
came
checked
out.
to me, and I think I guess I didn't win a bet. So if they all call 30, and then I bet 20, let's say, so there's 30, so now there's 60 plus 30, so there's 90 in there. Okay. And I think I might have bet I don't know, 50 or 60. I mean, nothing that's crazy mathematically. And I slide that out there. The lady that shows me her cards goes away. The other guy thinks about it. And I can tell he can kind of play, and he calls. And I'm like, all right, well, now we're going to get into a spot here because I'm going to have to shove.
Right. And then 8, you really need an 8 to show.
Right. I mean, an 8's the jackpot card. 8 comes off on the river.
Beautiful.
Oh, it couldn't be bad because he can't put me on Jack 10.
No.
And so then the calculation becomes. So I think GTO play, I'd be curious. I don't know how many people, somebody's going to email me a really long email about this, but it's fine. It's welcome. McKernan@insiders.com. And game theory optimal, it's based on percent. It isn't like there is a right play.
Yeah.
30% of the time you do this, 20% of the time you do this, 10% of the time you do this, 40% of the time you do this. So I'm sitting there, I'm going, okay, I think if I shove, it would make it look like I got nothing. So he checks to me, and now I've got the nuts.
Right.
I've got the jack high straight. There isn't a better
not better
hand out there. Right. So and there's no flush, so I'm gold. There's no board's not paired, so I've got it. It's totally camouflaged, like you can't put me on Jack 10 with that action. There's just no way.
There's no face, no paint anywhere.
I don't believe so. No, there isn't because then
so
I
he really thinks you have
exposed.
nothing.
Correct. Well, he's probably got like ace. You know what? Ace 9 is probably what he had. Honestly, maybe King 9, but Ace 9, King 9, because the highest card on the board was a 9.
Sure.
And there was no flush draw, and so now he's got a guy. The only guy at the table who's kind of being aggressive, and I'm button raising, which is like a telltale. There was an old man. God, I almost felt bad for him. Every time he had the button, he raised. I'm just like, Jesus.
Someone told him that like 30 years ago, and he never forgot.
And I'm just like, fuck, okay. This time I'm just going to call, and it doesn't matter what happens on the flop. I'm going to check raise him, and I know it's going to happen. But you know what? Don't do it.
Save yourself.
Don't do it. So then I think I bet a pot-sized bet. Well, at that point, how much is in the pot?
You said 90? Well, now
90. So, I guess...
50?
When there was 90 in the pot, I bet
said 50 or 60. Yeah.
So there's about 190.
Yeah.
So I think I bet 120, but I didn't bet everything. And I kind of wish I would have bet. And he tanked. Oh, he tanked. God. And I think it was a bad bet size. I think I need to shove there. Because then it'll look like I'm over. That's the play.
Right, you're trying to bluff them off.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty decent sized pot that you're already really committed to.
Because I can't check because I'm acting last.
Right. Yeah.
And he checked, so I couldn't. So I have to act. Nothing happens. He can't be like, how'd that 8 help him? The only way the 8 help him is if Jack 10. Why is he betting Jack 10 like that? And then, the move there is not a doubt in my mind.
Sure.
And I think I left like 150 behind, and fuck. Yeah, as I talk it out, I'm like...
Did he call or he fold?
He tanked, folded.
Nice.
But, I want him to call there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got here. Papers. God almighty. Boy, there are a lot coming in. And this from Not Caller Adam. Tim in Jackson, does your baloney have a first name? Also, what is the last time you provided a description or account of a game without the express written consent of Major League Baseball? Cheers, Not Caller Adam. P.S. Again, I'm enjoying the show.
A troll.
That's Not Caller Adam. The guy's a rock star.
Isn't that a commercial?
Oscar Mayer, isn't it?
Oh, if I was an Oscar Mayer wiener, that is truly what I'd like to be. Because if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me.
That was really good, man.
Thank you.
Really good.
Love cased meat.
I got my 5-iron golf newsletter. Have you been there yet? You knew about it when I went there. New sponsor on TMA.
Yeah.
I'm going to live there.
For sure. But it's like a place designed for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. And I'm hoping that my sons fall in love with it, too. Again, it's TrackMan.
Yeah.
That's optimal.
Right.
And I went and saw this guy who has this place, and it's outstanding. And I don't want to say explained compression, but he showed me the one move to compress it, and it's really basic. It's just consciously moving your weight to your left foot before impact. It's really like, how do you not know this? And then you can see your attack angle, and you want it to be negative, and he's explaining it, and then immediately it starts working. But the other simulators I've used don't have that. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be for those of us looking to compress it, hit it lower, not flip. But also the food there.
Yeah. It's
a bar there.
Great spot.
Oh.
Watch a ball game, hit some balls, hang out with your friends.
I'm just going to live there.
Yeah. It's perfectly blends people who are really want to grind and get some quality numbers, and also people are just looking to have a good time. You can have both in the same time.
I am telling you. Let's see. All right, Jackson, I think I'm just going to shut it down.
All right. Can I get some Movie Boy news?
Hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to shut it down. There it is. It's Tim McKernan Show podcast. What do we got going on?
Later this afternoon, people will be treated to the first ever non-Saturday drop. 2.5-hour podcast on One Battle After Another coming out this afternoon. Me and Gareth talked about it for
Gareth back.
2.5 hours we talked about this movie.
Gareth has been on 30 times. I've been on 0 times.
I'm going to be on this weekend.
To talk Hunting Wives.
I'm going to watch the first 2 episodes of Hunting Wives tonight so that we can talk about it tomorrow.
Let me tell you something. Okay. I want you to listen and listen good.
Yeah.
The show is terrible.
Yeah.
I cannot. There aren't enough adjectives to say, and for you, it's bad for me, but I recognize your palate's more sophisticated. It's going to infuriate you. Yeah. My wife, it's 11 o'clock last night, but I slept until 10 a.m. yesterday in St. Louis.
Beautiful.
My 3-year-old gets in the bed and is just beating me up to wake me up. I'm not moving. Yeah. And I slept through it. I'm like, whatever. This fucking guy. And I picked him up from school. And I said, hey, this morning there was somebody beating me up in the bed. Do you know who that was? And he goes, exactly. We're not doing that again. Yeah. And then I didn't wake up till 10 o'clock. Oh. Yeah, so I knew I was fucked and going to bed last night, still being on Pacific time and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And we have 1 episode of The Hunting Wives left. There are 8 of them.
Are they hour-long pieces?
About.
Fuck. I was hoping they'd be half an hour.
It's the best, and this isn't like diet shaming, but it's like eating potato chips.
Right. It's not even worth the chewing.
It's just.
But they're delicious.
It's so. I mean, the shit that I used to get into in Las Vegas, and the fact that I was like, good, we're going up to the room to watch Hunting Wives at 10:30. It's just like, oh my God, what has happened? But we get home and so it's 11 o'clock last night, and usually I'm well asleep by then.
Right.
And I go, well, should we do it? My wife goes, let's just get this fucking thing over. She's so mad. She goes, the show makes me so mad. Like, she'll call out the things that are, which she doesn't do with anything. You know, we've been watching The Wire. And so to go from The Wire to this shit.
Wow.
And the Charlie Sheen thing. Have you watched that?
No, I've heard nothing but great things.
Oh, so good. Yeah. The fact that Joe Buck and I had him on. I haven't listened to it.
Great interview.
Oh, so you've listened to it.
It plays on TMA all day. It's a great interview. And he's like super chill.
Yeah, but I mean, he was hopped up on shit then.
That was like fresh off of the Tiger Blood shit,
right, but he still was hopped up on shit, as it turns out. But anyway, it's so bad. It's so dumb. People are so miscast. It's so absurd. I'd watch another 10 episodes in a heartbeat.
All right.
And it's very important that I say this, because this is really my eternal flame.
Yeah.
The girl activity is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, so I mean, I really like
it. Truly is. It was to a point where I'm like, if she got up and left, I wouldn't mind. It was. I think we're talking episodes 4 and 8 are our highlights.
Okay, I'm only watching episodes 1
I know,
and 2.
so I'm kind of like, well, you need to.
Well, we'll talk about 1 and 2 if I somehow can get through it and not.
You are going to get, especially for you.
Yeah.
You're
well, make it a fun podcast.
It's good. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm a defender of it.
No, I know. I think we can both.
I am so glad it's just so terrible. And there's, without question, going to be a season 2.
Oh, yeah. It's because it's. Well, I mean, I like Malin Ackerman. She's been great in a lot of things. Brittany Snow is a really cool. She was in a movie.
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, but she was in a movie called X a few years ago where she plays a porn star.
Really?
Yeah. It's a horror movie, though, so things take a turn. She was in a short movie last year that was really, really good. So I like the 2 stars, and I assume that they get active. All right. Well, I'm going to be interested in it.
But it isn't like they just start kissing and then they cut away. They stick around. And my wife, who knows where I am, and she just like grabs her phone and starts scrolling while it's going on. Because I was waiting for her to go, it's just can you fast forward through it? Just a wet blanket. Just total wet blanket. I'm over here having a pony. Listen, woman, I'm up in 4 hours entertaining millions of people. Millions.
But I'm choosing to be here with you now.
With you. To watch these 2 hook up. Very thorough. I mean, it's just, it's so dumb. It's so dumb and so bad, I can't tell if it's satirical.
Okay. I can't. I'm actually now looking forward to seeing it.
It's unreal.
I'll come in with
because I have to, and listen, I want to make this clear. I'm a meat and potatoes guy.
Through and through.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't usually watch these shows. I can promise you, if there was not lesbianism, there's not a chance I'm watching this.
No shot.
Not a chance.
No shot.
But because I knew there was, I did. And my wife goes, I watch these true crime shows, and they're all usually pretty good. This is the worst show. She goes, that doesn't even work that way medically.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's good stuff. Ted Sarandos right now is just rubbing his hands back to back because clearly the show sucks, and yet you can't wait for the next season.
It's unbelievable. And you really, it's almost like, I don't know, I want to like financially incentivize you to watch it because the things that go on are so absurd.
I'll watch it. I'm watching it.
You're going to watch the whole fucking thing, eh?
I'll just get the first 2 episodes under our belt tonight, and we'll see where we go from there.
It's going to be some red meat for you too. I have to tell you.
I am interested in it.
The Boston Harvard elite moving to East Texas.
Oh, boy, it sounds like a Hallmark movie.
It's so.
All right, I'm gonna check. I'm very interested in it.
It's just so absurd. Okay. But the Brittany Snow, Malin Ackerman, who I believe engaged in sapphic play with Emmanuel Shrieky in Entourage. Am I correct on that?
That's absolutely correct.
You're damn right I am.
And Seth Green kept telling E to say what up to Sloan at the Hard Rock in Vegas. By the way, go back and look at Seth Green's crew and their whole look from that episode. It's crazy that was allowed to be on film.
I have no idea what was going on.
The pointy sideburns, checkerboard everywhere.
You oftentimes talk about the early aughts style.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird styles.
I don't want to disparage any areas of our metropolitan community.
Yeah.
However, I believe that in a certain part of our area, that is still the prominent.
Can confirm. I have seen it. You ever seen a neck strap beard? I have.
That's a brag. Is that the title of the episode, or is it
my wife's trait?
It's not my fault.
And it's her fault. It's her fault. That'll be a nice, confusing one. Yeah. One battle after another coming out this afternoon.
Yes, and then I'm apparently going to be on Movie Boy, even though I'm going to be on not talking about a movie.
No, kind of perfect.
This is going to be, it's a hostile takeover. I'm going to have a spinoff called TV Man.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk about awful shows.
Sounds great already. Yeah. But
With Gareth, by the way. I'm stealing him.
He'd be down. This One Battle After Another movie, though, Tim, you would fucking love.
Lesbianism?
No, but it's the best movie I've seen since...
Who's in this?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, this is DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro.
And Sean Penn. It's the
and
best.
Ella Reese, right, with a kind of a surprising role.
She honestly, PTA would be a person to put Ella Reese in the movie, 100%. But it's the best movie I've seen since Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wow, and you love that.
Yeah, it's the best movie I've seen since then. It's that good. I know you don't get out to the theater much, but if by chance, it's that shit.
Well, I like to hear that. Color me intrigued. And Gareth has seen it.
Gareth agrees with me. We just essentially talk about how much we love it for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
So people have that to look forward to as well.
I love hearing it.
And Spread Zone out right now.
Spread Zone's out. Starter Packs and I have a podcast that's going to be coming out.
Hell yeah!
I got another one that I don't know. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Content in your ears all day.
Yeah, but I mean, like the difference is, you probably should say. I won't say it. But with podcasting, you can pick and choose. Because kind of like when you have to fill up a hole like we did at 920, you're like,
right.
You got to put things on.
Something has to play.
Essentially, in the station's existence sucked solely from the teat of TMA.
Right.
And yet still I was the fucking bad guy. You know what I am? I am the bad guy.
Right. I am the walrus. Yeah.
But the title of the episode is My Wife's Straight, and it's her fault.
Yeah. Doesn't she
listen
to
she podcasts too. She's going to see this coming through.
It's going to get like a notification.
And then she's going to listen to it. And then, like probably on our trip to Colombia next week, we're taking both boys. Ooh. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's going to be...
didn't I say this to you during commercial break today?
Commercial break, yeah.
Okay.
Any problems?
So the agreement, because she's like, I really want to take the 3-year-old.
Sure.
He has his whole bedroom is littered with Mizzou football cards.
I couldn't be more excited.
But he's 3.
Yeah.
Now, he is an incredibly delightful human being. And I say this respectfully to my wife, who is in the title. My wife, I think, would agree with this. Now, obviously, I'm the worst. But my wife has some edge to her, too. It's probably the reason why the whole thing works. Mm-hmm. So when we look at this child who's so happy and pleasant and kind, like he gets on a FaceTime while we're in Las Vegas, hey, how are you guys enjoying your trip? I'm like, motherfucker's 3. I'm wiping his ass still. And he's asking how I'm enjoying my trip.
Yeah. I
can't figure it out. It must come from like my mom or one of Anna Marie's parents. All due respect to my dad, it can't come from him. So we're like, yeah, his first game's going to be Missouri, Alabama. But I said, you saw me during the South Carolina game.
Right.
You saw me 2 years ago when LSU was on TV and how I had to like excuse myself and go up I'm already pissed off about the 11 o'clock start.
Yeah, boy.
I've expressed my opinions on this game to Jackson.
Yeah.
I will save those for next week because we'll see how Alabama comes out of this thing health-wise with Vanderbilt. But, we stay in this hotel. Our older son loves it. It's got a pool. He just loves being able. I'm going to portray this as the Fairmont. This is a Columbia hotel, but he just loves it, and it's a great thing. It's like, yeah, we love doing this. We can do it. We won't always be. We might be 3 years away from our older son going, I'm not fucking going to sit in a hotel with you motherfuckers.
Right.
Right. So you do it when you can. That's kind of Doug's thing. I listen to Doug's perspective on parenting. He's been so wise on parenting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this, even though we're paying a ridiculous amount, non-refundable, for this weekend in Columbia. Non-refundable. So I'm pot committed now.
Sure.
But the deal was the moment he starts acting like a 3-year-old,
yeah,
that's on you.
Right.
That's on you, sister.
Right.
I'm sitting there with my 8-year-old, and we're locked in.
Right.
And that's the way that it is, and I don't give a fuck what's going on. I don't care if he demands I take him to the troughs in the men's room. I am locked in.
Right.
I will do this thing where we all share a hotel room. God bless. And it could wind up being wonderful. Yeah. There's no way. My older son doesn't really know what's going on in football,
Right.
He just loves the atmosphere. I'm like, all right, here we go. So we're going to drive down on Friday, have pizza night down there, not Shakespeare's.
No, there's not many great options.
I know. I don't know.
I'd go Pizza Tree.
I don't even know what that is.
It's right next to Harpo's on Cherry.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Not bad.
And then the Willie's Wings. What have they done? They're not the same wings.
Food in Columbia, man, is up and down.
Really?
There's some great spots.
So we'll do that. They'll probably swim in the pool that night. We'll get up at like 8:30, and then we'll head on over. And then we'll settle in for the bullshit 11 o'clock start.
Yep.
That was rigged from years ago.
We head back Saturday.
Yeah, and then head back Saturday.
It's a good play.
So I'm really looking forward to it. But he starts.
Right. Well, then
You wanted to do that? That's fine.
Right.
It's fine. But
you've made the communication clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're.
But she is invested. I mean, she is into college football. She's
Love
like,
it.
this is an addiction.
Yeah.
It's the fucking greatest. Because if you think about the last 4 games we've been to, it was Vanderbilt last year, Auburn last year, Kansas this year, South Carolina this year. I mean, we've seen 4 great games. They've won them all. The weather's been the tits for all of them. You know, we've run good.
Right.
So it's hard not to get addicted when you're running good. And it's such an easy trip.
Yeah.
And it's a whole nother world, and you get some energy and some enthusiasm, a real football atmosphere.
Yeah. I can't wait to see when the north end zone's done.
Yeah.
Because they have the shell of it right now, and I think the stadium's going to look awesome when that's done. It's going to look like a real football stadium.
Yeah.
You know, it's been open on both ends for as long as I've been alive.
I've been on the west side 3 of the 4 games. I was on the east side of the Auburn game.
I prefer the west side. Because when the sun's going down, you're getting blind.
But for the 11 o'clock kick, you'll be
you'll
in it.
You'll be right above you.
So are you going or not?
Still undecided. In a vacuum, I'd love to go, but the 11 o'clock kick, the price of tickets, I just don't know. And I like watching on television. I've because of weddings and other nonsense. Like I've only had the opportunity to watch 2 games on TV, and both of them, it was Central Arkansas and UMass.
Yeah.
And I like watching the big games on TV because you still feel the crowd energy through the audio. You get the explanations of things. You get to watch replays of it. Like, I loved going to a South Carolina game, and I wouldn't regret that, but, like, I kind of want to watch a big game on TV.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, I mean, once they play them, then you're there's 2 home games left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you'd have
A&M and Mississippi State.
Yep, those are your 2 home games remaining after the Alabama game.
All right, I love talking college football, so consider doing this. I'll wrap it up. You got about $1,000.
Yep,
that hits you. That hits me.
Sure.
You have your option of Missouri finishes with 0, 1, or 2 losses. Or you have your option of they finish with 3 or more. You got about $1,000.
Have to bet $1,000. The secondary is in such bad shape.
What about Bobby Boots?
That's another huge problem, like a huge problem. The secondary is in such bad shape that, like, I want to say 2. 2 is the number I want to say to you right now. 1 is I don't think realistic.
Well, your choices are 0, 1, 2,
or 3 or more.
3 or more. Those are your choices.
If I had to put $1,000,
$1,000. I mean, we're going to take your money, and we're going to look at you and say, "Well, you shouldn't have bet."
I would hand the person the money at midnight in Tennessee gear and say 3 or more. The secondary, like, that's such a problem. It's South Carolina was moved. I don't know why they didn't throw it deep every single time. Like, for what reason? Like, why would you run the ball ever again? I don't get that at all.
I couldn't believe it when I saw Sellers drop back on 1st and goal at 2.
Well, that's the time. Like, then run it. But then they're like, they have all the time in the world. And they're like, we'll keep running the ball in front of Josiah Trotter. Bad idea. Throw it over Toriano Pride's head. Great idea.
Yeah. I'm on the latter, unfortunately. Yeah. Now. But the difference with college football now, and we have to kind of like, I said this about baseball last year, like in my mind, like a great team, because I was lucky enough to see 85, 87, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2004, 2005. I wouldn't even list 2006, 2011 as great teams, even though they wound up winning the World Series, which will probably lead to emails. That now with baseball, it's just like get in and, I mean, as you and I are recording this, the fucking Guardians could already be out of the playoffs. I mean, I think they started at 11 o'clock. And
comes at you fast.
I mean, it really does. They're tied. They're in the bottom of the 4th. Their season could be over.
Hanging in
they
the
won
balance.
the division after 24 hours in the playoffs. I mean, just so whatever. The Padres, your boy Mike Schilt, he could be done 24 hours in the playoffs. Anyway, college football now, I don't know if we'll see a Joe Burrow 2019 LSU. I don't think we have that in 2025. Right. So the whole thing becomes, okay, you're going to lose some games if you're Missouri, the big thing, and this I really disagreed with Gabe, and who I love. I mean, obviously, is truly one of my favorite human beings. Is like, okay, Missouri lost today, and they really haven't lost anything yet, though. And I'm like, no, the way they lost, the way you lose, or the way you win. So, localizing it, Indiana has a shitload of equity from beating the hell out of Illinois. Illinois is going to have to really overcome that because of the fact that they got worked over like that. That's a lot different than losing 20-17.
Yeah.
So Missouri, I think, it depends on which games they lose, but it's how they were to lose them. And then if they go 10-2 with that, I think they get in.
I agree.
But you can't have an Illinois-like thing. But, you know, I was listening, one of my favorite podcasts, and you were saying you listened to it too, is Scott Van Pelt and Stanford Steve. And Stanford Steve goes, Brad Bielema, how about that? He goes, the thing I didn't realize, though, in that Indiana game, they were without 7 of their 8 guys. And that's the thing, most people don't know that.
Yeah.
So if Missouri were to lose Hardy and Prabula for a week, that's a problem. Just like they're, dealing with no Caden Green. It's a situation, but how many people are aware of that? They check box scores and then form their opinions. And I'm guilty of that, too.
Too many games.
I watch a lot of college football.
Right.
I would guess more than anybody on 101 ESPN. I would guess. I think it'd probably be Kerry, but Kerry's doing the Illinois games.
Right.
I love it. And you watch a lot, too. I think it's probably me and you. But even then, you're still not able to watch everything. That I just am like, I think that would get you in, but does Notre Dame, if they run the table and beat the fuck out of teams the rest of the way?
Shit out of
and I think it could be a real edge for gamblers.
Yeah, and USC, I think I think they'll be ranked again. I think USC is a good team.
Yeah.
I think Illinois is a really good team.
So do I. So you go, how did Illinois lose like that to Indiana? And you go, well, they lost all their guys. They had a suspension. They had health.
Yeah. And then at a certain point, when you're getting your ass beat in, it's kind of tough to get up and score another touchdown or stop another touchdown.
And
Signetti's going to run it out.
Yeah, and he gets he was clock managing to mitigate getting blown off the field against Ohio State. And then if I'm not mistaken, Ohio State shoved one in right at the end.
Yeah.
On him in Columbus last year.
By the way, did you watch the end of the Indiana-Iowa game from this week?
I did not, but I saw the final, and I knew that covered for Iowa when Indiana took a safety.
Mendoza ran 45 yards backwards to take that safety. Now, there's a key piece of context that they kept taking a knee, and the referee was like backing them up and then like stopping the clock right after. Like it was Cignetti was getting frustrated. But if you are only up 7 points and you're going to run your quarterback to the end zone and there's a Hawkeye hauling ass to go get him, what if he like messes up and fumbles, and they jump on it?
I don't know what that's about. That's a brutal gambling beat.
I mean, that's like
brutal gambling.
And if you got it early in the week,
the number was what, 7-ish?
I think it kicked off at 8, but I think during the week it was in the 6s and 7s.
Whew.
And time had expired when he was at the 20. Like he could have just fell over.
Just fallen, really.
It was. I couldn't believe it.
God, I can't imagine. I'd love to hear some stories from some people who experienced that either way. All right, Jackie Papers. Anything else to tend to here?
No, I'm all
James
good,
Carlton's a wonderful gentleman. CarltonInsurance.net. Seth Goldcamp's a wonderful gentleman. DesignAirService.com. And Mark Hanna's a wonderful gentleman. Evergreen-WS.com. Those are our sponsors. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, Seth Goldcamp, Design Air Heating and Cooling, James Carlton, State Farm Insurance Agency. For Jackson Burkett, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Tim McKernan Show podcast.